In this episode, we're going to take a look at a toy that I have been waiting 40 years to finally get. So, stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name is Rob, and in this episode, like I said, we are going to take a look at a toy that I've been waiting 40 years to get my hands on. 40 years, that doesn't even sound right, but it's true. This toy came out in 1983. This was actually a toy that I talked about in Toys I Wish I Had as a kid back in June of 2022. Now, I can't say that this toy is a grail or anything of that magnitude because there's plenty of other things that, would be just heart-stopping to add to my collection. But this is definitely one that I have really wanted ever since I was 6 years old. Anyway, last weekend, my daughter and I went to a pop culture convention. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It was being held locally, and it was the first year that they have held it, and it was pretty cool. It has a lot of potential. It was kind of small, but it had a little bit of everything, which was really neat. Now, I had no idea walking in there what I would find. I mean, I had my eye on a couple anime t-shirts and things like that, but I had no idea that something like this would be just in plain sight on a table. There was one dude who had a table just full of just various bric-a-brac toys. Stuff that would probably be more at home at your local Goodwill. I mean, a lot of stuff was missing pieces and a little bit beat up, but everything was very fairly priced. And of course you have your normal 90s McFarlane toys, still with kind of a higher price point because, those are probably the prices that were put on it 20 years ago and they just, have been sailing through ever since. I'm just going to get to what was on the table and present it to you just the way that I saw it. So here we go. Now, if you can't tell, this is a Ziploc bag full of Care Bears and the Cloud Car that were put out by Kenner in 1983. And like I mentioned in that Toys I Wish I Had When I Was a Kid, episode number 14, I wanted the small, posable Grumpy Bear figure, and he was in here. Now, I've done some looking online for that particular toy, and granted, it doesn't go for an astronomical amount of money, but this whole bag was for a very fair deal, and I was so excited. I mean, really excited to get this. So, it had 3 Care Bears in total, and the Cloud Car, all for $20. Like I said, I was very excited. That was super cool, but the Grumpy Bear, like I said, not a grail item, but definitely something I have really wanted ever since I was 6 years old. And we're going to take a look at these a little bit more in detail, and I cleaned these up. They were just a little bit battered. One of them has like an age spot on, the soft PVC plastic that this is made out of, and there was nothing I could do for that because it was, it's in there. But a lot of the other little, blemishes I was able to clean up. And the Cloud Car, other than missing a couple stickers, is in really great condition after I cleaned it up. Now, none of these folks have their accessories that they came with. I can't speak to the other two, but I know Grumpy came with an umbrella, and that's missing. And the Cloud Car is missing its little, picnic accessories that it came with. Like it came with a blanket, a picnic basket, and an umbrella. But who cares? This is awesome. So anyway, let's take a look at it. And I just want to say, in that episode of Toys I Wish I Had When I Was a Kid, I mentioned how I would incorporate the Grumpy Bear into my, Toytastic universe. Yes, I wanted a Care Bear, one of the super awesome plush ones, and we'll talk about that another day. But these little 3-inch action figures, if you will, had limited articulation, head, shoulders, hips, kind of like a Star Wars figure, but they were just so cute. For lack of better terms, cute. I'm man enough to say it. They were cute, and I wanted one. But anyway, the reason I wanted these posable ones so bad was because they could fit into my Playtime Universe. You know, the universe that I talk about quite often, where I would just mash up all my toys and they would all thrive together and battle together and, yeah, just live together in one shared universe of Playtime when I was a kid. So I'm really excited to try that out as well. So let's head on over there and take a look at them. Okay, here we go. Like I said, we have the Cloud Car, we have Funshine Bear, we have Grumpy Bear, and we have Cheer Bear, which are like 3 heavy hitters in the Care Bear universe. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think I got the bug now, and I'd like to get a couple more to flesh this out. And I know, it's silly. I'm a 46-year-old man, but I am so excited for these Care Bears because they were something I always wanted, no matter what form, albeit these posable plastic ones or the big plush stuffed animals. I mean, I loved Care Bears growing up. I still do. Nothing wrong with that. Now, there's not a lot to say. I mean, they're in really good shape. The white on their bellies is really good. I mean, not scuffed up at all, not missing any paint. And the only thing is Funshine Bear, like I said, has these weird like age spots, or I don't know, almost looks like a burn or something on it. So, I mean, not hateful. I mean, it is what it is, but it'll look good on the shelf, and yeah, you just don't look at that. But the other ones had like almost like a tar. It was something black that when I went to, as my camera wants to take a dive here, as I went to clean it, it actually streaked, like a tar or an ink or something. So it took a little bit more like elbow grease to get it cleaned up. Heck, it could have been grease. I don't know. The only other thing that I would possibly think about doing was touching up their noses, because they are a little bit, have a little bit of wear on their noses. So if I can find a good color match, I might just boop, put a little bit of paint on there. But yeah, for $20, I was super happy. And we're going to play with them for a couple minutes. Like I said, include them in my Playtime universe, what I would have done when I was a kid. And yeah, let's just have some fun with these Care Bears like I would have when I was 6. Okay, those were just a few of the photos of the Care Bears just having a blast in my Playtime universe. And as I've explained, when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of one type of toy, so through necessity, I had to jumble them all together into one multiverse, if you will. You know, G.I. Joe would hang out with He-Man, would hang out with Thundercat, would hang out with Star Wars. That's just how I played, and I still kind of display my toys that way. They're not grouped together in one specific, group or genre or franchise or anything like that. They're just all thrown together in one big happy family. So anyway, I'm super happy to finally, after 40 years, include Grumpy and the two other Care Bears into my toy family, if you will. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was pretty short, I think. We'll see how it goes during editing. And unfortunately, it's the only one for this week, and I feel really bummed about that, but just lack of time. And yes, some of that time was taken up by relaxing and playing the new Legend of Zelda game, and I apologize, but I kind of need some, me time every once in a while. So I hope you understand, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this, or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad, and stay dorky.